but stop, please. Please, mom's stress level is high. Stop.
They're hitting each other that hard.
Dying. Somebody's gonna get hurt. There's
I'm gonna pull his spine out.
Stop it, please.
You're gonna pull my spine out?
Yes, and then he will be a jellyfish boy.
Me?
And you'll have to deal with jellyfish boy your entire life.
What's that, honey?
I ask you to make them stop hitting each other.
Mother.
They're not hitting each other.
Oh. Hey! That was cheap. So then I get cheap.
Are you video recording this?
No, why?
Because if you are, I'm gonna have to break your phone over my knee.
Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet. With your host, it's Knick-Knack!
Hey, welcome back inside of the Plastic Planet. I am downstairs in the archive room, and as you can see behind me, since the last time you guys were here with me, I have done literally nothing. This place still looks like a goddamn train wreck, and it is Friday night, and I am hoping to leave this whole situation this weekend. That means I got a lot to do. I gotta get that. If you recall, if you watched my last video where I was hip deep in this spring cleaning project of mine, buried alive. To spruce up my Plastic Planet and my archive room down here, I did purchase some brand new detolfs for my more higher end collectibles that'll go upstairs. I haven't put those together yet. I've done nothing this week. I thought I'd get a few things done every single night after work, and you know what? I came home, I was tired. You know, what the hell are you gonna do, right? You know, sometimes these things happen. You know, sometimes the work week kind of runs us into the ground more than you think.
Nice place you have here, Mr. Mike.
And, you know, daylight savings time, I'm going to blame that too, goddamn farmers. F you farmers. That's right, because I've been tired all week. I have been dragging ass all week. So I've got nothing done. So I'm going to take you guys along with me on this fun little journey. And hopefully by the end of this weekend, not only will I have this video up, but I'll also have a semi-decent looking Plastic Planet restored, including my archive room here, and of course the Plastic Planet upstairs. So, all right, let's get to it, right? I'm going to start cleaning. Let's start getting this place organized. I'm going to start down here, and then eventually I'm going to work my way up there. And hopefully, like I said, by the time this video is over with, I'll have something of note to show you guys. All right, let's get to it. So I don't know if I've ever showed this off before, but I have a number of carded figures hung up in the rafters of my basement, which can be problematic at times as people walk around upstairs. Sometimes these will fall down. So I'm rehanging and hanging a bunch right now. These have been up there for a long, long time. And so here are the ones I'm hanging right now, as you can see. And I've hung up these. And, you know, it's kind of funny of note. You can see these old or much older figures here next to these Last Jedi figures. And I remember on Force Friday this last year going and seeing these in the store, these brand new Last Jedi figures, and thinking that the figures themselves looked a lot smaller. That's just funny seeing them next to old packaging. I guess they just reduced the packaging, which I don't know. I guess you can't really complain about that because it's not as wasteful, I suppose. But I don't know. That was interesting. That was the first time I've ever put them up next to each other and really realized how much smaller the packaging was on those. Alrighty, just a couple other carded figures of note. While I'm hanging them up there, I thought I'd show them off a little bit. I have this Revenge of the Sith Target exclusive Darth Vader with like a lava effect, which is a really stupid figure, honestly. But I always kind of kept it on this nice clamshell plastic because it wasn't exclusive, and I don't know, it just seemed like a collector's item. I don't know how rare that is today. And something of note of this week is this Toys R Us exclusive. This, of course, is from 2005, 2006. There's a hollow projected Yoda there, which is kind of cool. And of note, because of you know what's going on with Toys R Us as far as closing its stores. You know, that's big in the news right now. So that's kind of relevant and kind of cool. And now I have a newfound appreciation for owning this figure. One other thing of note is this silver anniversary, 25th anniversary R2-D2 that I have from, you know, way back from 2002. So that's kind of cool. I don't know if hanging these in the rafters is the best way to store these, but otherwise I'm afraid they just get destroyed in a box, or I don't know. At least I kind of enjoy them this way, and honestly, I don't really know how much any of these are truly worth. I don't think they're worth a ton, so I'm not too worried about it. Alrighty, and one more item of note while we're still talking about carded figures. I don't know if I've ever showed off on the Plastic Planet my vintage original trilogy collection, carded figure collection, which I have hanging up here. And I just wanted to just kind of slowly go about and show you guys. I think this is sort of relevant because I do believe Hasbro is considering bringing this collection back in the next year. So, I don't know, kind of cool. Forgive the lighting in here, it kind of sucks. But you get a good idea of what I own and what they look like. I think, like I said, I think that these are going to be coming back this year to mass retail, which is kind of fun. But yeah, really fun collection. I hope this is turning out okay. I'm just kind of holding up my tripod and kind of walking along. Because these are up in the rafters of my basement, but you get a fair idea of what I have again. So yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a mini tour there. So as you can see, they run all along the wall here. Alrighty, hey, so it's a little close to 10 o'clock on Saturday. I've been at this for a little while, off and on, and I'm proud to report I do have some progress to show you guys. That's right, some progress indeed. So I'll just show you what I've done. So as you can see, I've got my Falcons all kind of lined up here, and this is going to be a really great display. I've got two of these so I can kind of display them in different fashions. I've got one of them up here, and then I've got my old 1995 Power of the Force Falcon down here. I'm going to open it up, put some figures in there, and it's going to look like a really nice display. So that's going to be really, really cool. And then, of course, over here, I've got some more figures and stuff, and yeah, it's a total mess right now still, but it is getting there. And I've also taken the liberty of hanging some more ships up here. There's my TIE Interceptor. Over here is a Y-Wing. And my ARC ship is up there. So yeah, it's not looking too terrible right now. Alright, and one more thing that I'm really looking to resolve is all of these shelves I have over here. Look how pitch dark it is back there. I really can't enjoy what is on these shelves just because of how little light there is in this basement. So I am working to amend that. I bought a cheap $7 floor lamp that's over here. I'm not going to show you that. You don't need to see a cheap $7 floor lamp. But I did go over to Lowe's tonight and get a few things that I think is really going to remedy this situation down here and make this much more inviting and much more pleasing to the eye. Alrighty, so check this out. In order to remedy this whole situation behind me with these shelves, at one point I had Christmas lights on them, like just plain white Christmas lights, and honestly, that looked kind of trashy, and over time they kind of shorted out, and I don't know. It wasn't a real good thing. So, while I was at Lowe's tonight, I couldn't help but pick up, and I found this, and I'm kind of excited. Check it out. 48 feet. That's 48 feet of rope light that I'm going to put along these back shelves, and it's going to look really, really good, I have a feeling. You know, the real thing that sold me on this rope light is on the box. Check it out. It's fun. Rope light's fun. I mean, that just says it all right there. I mean, fun. I tried to sell my wife on writing that on our bedroom wall, but she wasn't down. Fun. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get this rope light up and hopefully have something for you guys here in a little bit, and hopefully it looks really good. Alrighty, so I have installed my brand new rope lights over here on my plastic shelves, and, well, to be honest with you, I'm a little underwhelmed. They look okay. You know, I had to, obviously because I'm putting them on plastic cheap-ass shelves, I had to forego using the nice plastic mounting clips that it came with, and the little screws, because there's no way to, you know, I guess I could pre-drill screw, I don't know. I wasn't going to that extent, though, to try to mount those with the mounting clips. So what I did was I just slapped it up there with some packing tape and Scotch tape. So, yeah, it kind of looks like ass. But, again, this is a basement, and I'm not going for museum quality displays down here. I'm just trying to get things well lit and get things looking a little better. So anyway, I'll show you kind of what we have so far. Alrighty, so here's what we have so far, and if the idea was to get a little more light over here, well then I guess mission accomplished, because it does look a little bit better in that respect. Yeah, I don't know. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. It looks better than those Christmas lights I had up before, but again, it's not ultimately ideal, but it will do for now anyway. Well, I don't know about for now. It'll do for the foreseeable future. So anyway, here we are. I'm continuing to go forward with this project. This really sucks. I'm not having a good time with this. I complained ad nauseum about this last week in my last video, in the first part of this spring cleaning two-part series it's now become, and I'm not any happier about this project at this point than I was a week ago. Alrighty, so I'm back up inside of the Plastic Planet, and my next goal is to get these transformer shelves moved downstairs and set up. Alrighty, well, hey, it is just about 1 a.m. Sunday morning, and I'm actually making some progress here. I've been at this for quite a while now. I'm actually making some progress. The shelves behind me are looking pretty damn good, if I don't say so myself. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that right now. So yeah, so here are my transformer shelves down here, and getting fairly well set up, and I'm pretty happy with it. The way it's kind of classed up the room a lot. I had a bunch of movies over here, a bunch of shelves with Blu-rays and DVDs on them. I moved those out, and yeah, I'm really kind of digging how these look down here. And I'll give you more of a better idea as I get them more set up, and at the end of this video, I'll do kind of a as-is new room tour, so to speak. At least what I've worked on. I talked about that in the last video. Obviously, I didn't get to that because, well, this became a much bigger project than I had anticipated it being. But as you can see, yeah, things are looking pretty good down here. At least this part of it. I'm still coping with all of this shit. Buried alive. Buried alive. So, at any rate, it is a work in progress. I'm about to call it a night or a morning as it would be. But yeah, I'll be checking in with you guys tomorrow. Okay, so it is about I don't know, it's Sunday. And I was at this till 4 a.m. this morning. And I'm back at it right now. And making slow and steady progress. Yeah, it's like when you're trying to dig yourself out of a hole, you know? And the more you throw dirt up, the more it comes back down on top of you. It's never ending. There's just so much shit I have that it's kind of overwhelming at this point. And finding adequate homes for them is becoming quite challenging. But yeah, I'll give you guys a little update on where I am and how far I have to go yet. Alrighty, so first and foremost, check out this awesome Superman shelf I made. And by the way, please excuse the dryer running in the background. My wife is washing my underwear, so you know, I can't really say anything about the noise. Yeah, but anyway, so check out this awesome DC Superman display I made. I'm kind of digging it, and it's just kind of it greets me just as I walk down into the basement or the archive room here, and I think that looks absolutely fantastic. Trying to keep it a little more less crowded, I guess. I think I'll enjoy it more if it's a little less crowded. I need to kind of fix up my Superman Doomsday display a little bit down there. But yeah, I'm kind of digging it a lot. I think it looks really good. I got out my Christopher Reeve Hot Toys packaging, which is just great. I know a lot of collectors use that in their displays. Those that have that figure, and it is absolutely awesome. So I think that looks really, really good. Yeah, so I'm really pleased with that so far. So that's a plus right now. And look how great my Transformers display turned out. I'm really pleased with this. Now my weight bench is right across from it, so this will be really nice when I'm pounding out some reps to look up every other set and see this in front of me. Absolutely looks great. Got my lighting reset up. I am going to go get some more lighting for this because it is darker down here, and some of my pieces are getting a little hidden, so to speak. Especially like my Decepticon Seekers there, Starscream, Thundercracker, and Skywarp. They're pretty dark. I did also get that Transformers metal sign that's up top there. Picked that up at Hobby Lobby the other day for $10. And I've been kind of putting a moratorium on buying more wall art because I just have so much right now. But I saw that and I just kind of had to get it. And obviously I found a great place for it. Just kind of scotch taped it up there onto the shelves. It seems to be pretty secure, pretty steady. So yeah, very pleased with that. So I don't know, all in all, looking really nice. You can kind of see my Optimus, my Megatron and my Soundwave there, my masterpieces. Looking really good. And down here, this is another shelf I really dig. It's not Transformers, but it's my Voltron shelf. And it's kind of dark. I'm going to get some more lighting down here. So please excuse the lack of light. But you know, I got my my 84 Playmates Voltron right there, which is looking really good. Did a full review on that, by the way, if you want to go check that one out. So again, I'm going to get some more lighting down in there, and it's going to look even better than it does right now. But really, really pleased with how it looks as of right this moment. Alrighty, so all in all, it's kind of a mixed bag right now, because while I have that done, and I'm really pleased with the results, this is also what I'm dealing with here. It's still a mess. My weight bench is still trashed. I still got just odds and ends everywhere that I'm not sure what to do with. And man, upstairs is even worse. Yeah, so here I am up in my plastic planet, and while it is starting to look a lot more spacious up here, and you've never seen that window before, there is a window in here, so it's kind of nice to get a little natural light in here, although that, you know, that can be kind of a no-no sometimes with collectibles. I'm going to have to be careful with the blinds again, but it is nice to have the option to at least open a window, or at least to open some blinds and get some sunlight when I'm down here in the middle of the day on a weekend. That's kind of nice as opposed to feeling like a vampire down here. So that's going to be good overall. I'm just going to have to be careful with the sunlight exposure in the room. But, and you can also see all the room behind me. I mean, that's really nice. I still have to build these details though. Haven't even touched these yet. And that's going to be a bear. And I don't even know if that's going to get into this video. I kind of want to get this video up for you guys so you guys can see my progress. So that might be a part slash... you know, abbreviated part 3 of this little project, in addition to some other things in the next week or so. So stay tuned for that, I guess. Probably won't be in this video, but maybe in the next one, where I get this room completely fixed up. Right now, I'm just focusing on the basement or the archive room. So yeah, so that's where it is right now. I'll check back with you guys later when I got more progress. So yeah, so I've been putting the finishing touches on the archive room down here. And you know what? It actually turned out really, really damn good. I mean, yeah, it took me 2 weekends to do it. Probably a total of, maybe 4 to 5 working days on and off. And granted, I didn't kill myself to get it done, but yeah, it took a while. And so yeah, but I'm overall pretty happy with the results. And let me just show you some of the highlights right now. Alrighty, so this is the one section of the room that I am so excited about and so stoked about, and that is, of course, my Transformers area. And I just cannot emphasize enough the importance of good optimal lighting, particularly in a basement like this. I mean, so often when I'm checking out other people's collections on the internet, you know, very, very often I'll notice that they'll have some fantastic items, some really high price premium items, or just a really, really nice display. And it just doesn't do it justice because they don't have enough lighting. And lighting, if you have an IKEA store handy or you can order online, IKEA just has some great options for lighting, and not to give them a full plug or anything, but basically all the lighting that I have in front of you right here is 2 sets of these Lundberg disc lights. Oops, I'm dropping them. They're nice LED lights, so they burn real cool, and they really do just kind of splash over your collectibles with a really nice, even lighting that I just really, really dig, and it really brings out the details in my figures, and just looks fantastic, I think. And I think that's really, really helped spruce this area up a great deal. I had, last night I had 1 set of lights. I did stop by my IKEA on the way home tonight and get another set. Again, I've spent a total of $20 on these lights, and just look how fantastic that looks. I'm just really, really digging that display. As you can see, I got some lights down there in my Voltron shelf, which I just love that. I mean, the colors are just popping. It looks really, really crisp, really, really nice down there. Really stoked. Now, this shelf over here is kind of a mess, but I mean, you can see my Fortress Maximus looks great, and as well as many of my masterpieces. Now, I do have an old LED fish tank aquarium light up there as well that's aiding in this, but I'll say even without that, I think this would look absolutely fantastic. So I am super stoked about this. Again, you know, it was $20 worth of lighting from IKEA, and I just don't think you can do wrong with that. I will say, and again, I don't want to plug IKEA too much, but I will say that I've shopped many other places for shelf lighting, like Lowe's and Walmart, and in Kmart back when we had one in town, and I've never ever even come close to the value that I get at IKEA as far as good in-shelf LED lighting. And obviously these aren't even IKEA shelves, but again, the lights just look fantastic in them. There's some of these shelves have a harder particle board that I did have to drill into the back of to run the wiring into, and then of course these solder shelves, which of course have the cardboard backing. I just worked the wiring through them, and then make sure that you just use some Scotch tape to tape them up, and they look fine. You can't even tell unless someone points out their Scotch tape up there. It looks absolutely great. So I am super stoked about this display. I think it looks fantastic. I'm going to stand back just a little ways to let you take it all in. Looking fantastic. So that's great. I'm really proud of that. Of course, I've showed off my Star Trek shelf too. That looks really good. That's come a long ways. Looking really, really good. Even over in the corner here, as you can see, I've got my life-size Yoda standing up there on that desk, and just some miscellaneous stuff down there, looking really good. I've managed to sprinkle in a lot of my DC collectibles throughout the basement. I've got my kit from Knight Rider up there, even my old vintage Shockwaves hanging out by my retro gaming system, looking really good. The upper part of my Star Trek shelf looking good. Sorry, this light is in the way. I'm going to kind of move it out. But yeah, look how good that looks. I kind of got a shelf on top of a shelf with a counterbalance of a brick. I mean, yeah, you kind of jerry-rig these things sometimes, but I think that looks actually really pretty good with that large picture and those large, I think those are Diamond Select 18-inch my Kirk and Spock that they sold a few years back. Looking really nice with my Art Asylum ships. Yeah, really, really stoked. I just think everything came out really, really well down here. I really can't complain. Got my little 80s shelf over here. I've got my General Lee, some of my DVDs, those Pac-Man pops. Those are the only pops I own. I'm not a big pops guy, but I just love Pac-Man, and I just thought that for some IPs pops do really, really well with, and I just think like video games, like something like campy like Pac-Man, absolutely fantastic. Love those pops. RoboCop down there, an old Playbiz, I think, or an old Marvel Conan figure down there. Godzilla Bank. Looking really nice. Of course, my fish tanks are all clean, and my fish are happy. You witnessed that debacle last week, but I got it done. And then, of course, all the rope lighting I bought for my Power of the Force or classic modern Star Wars shelves. Looking really, really, really nice. I even got some good lighting in there for my Jedi Council scene. I love that. I love this piece. It was one of those you had to piece together. Took several trips to Target and Toys R Us for me to put that together years and years ago. Love that piece. But yeah, even my older Star Wars stuff is just looking fantastic down here. Got my AT-ATs up there. Yeah, everything's looking really nice. I do need to get a little more of a splash of light in here for my modern Star Wars figure collection. They're kind of in the dark right now. I did have a fluorescent in there, but I've taken that out. I mean, fluorescent is the equivalent of, putting sunshine on your figures. Highly unrecommended. So yeah, you definitely got to go LED. No fluorescence on collectibles ever. That's a big no-no. Fortunately, I was wise enough not to run it very often, but why even take the chance? So yeah, I took that fluorescent light out of there. Gonna replace it with LEDs in the near future, but yeah, it's still looking really good. Of course, the boxes that I was fighting with in the last video, and then of course these shelves here that are kind of blocking my hot water heater and my furnace. So keeping it light over here just because, you got to have access to those things, but still really, really nice. I'm going to be flushing out these spaceship play sets in the coming weeks with figures, kind of give it a product display look to them. I really dig that. So this is just a small example of where I'm going with that. It's going to look really nice. I may even put my Royal Starship, which is up there, down here, and put some figures in there. Right now I've got my old Micro World Hoth playset down there. I'm not sure where that's going to live, but yeah, I want to get that in a nice place as well. And I've still got a whole box right there, which, I haven't found homes for, of just some miscellaneous items. I'm not sure where they'll go down here. They may go into storage for now, but nevertheless, that's where that is. So that's going to move in the near future. But all in all, I am super impressed with how this looks down here. Oh, again, my Superman shelf's looking good. I showed that off earlier in the vid. So I've got all my movies set up over here. Of course, a lot of those are the entire families. There's a lot of kids stuff over there that we bought over the years, and we actually inherited someone else's family children's movie collection that probably gonna hang on to because hey, I'm 42 years old. My oldest is 12. I mean, and 15, God, knock on wood, 20 years, I might have grandkids. So I'll just hang on to all that kid stuff. You know, I got all the Ice Ages and all that, G-Force and all that kind of business over there. And of course, what wouldn't be cool than to have a novelty Halloween skeleton with my Amon Amarth t-shirt slugging a Diet Coke standing by it. That's just awesome as well. So anyway, that's the archive room. It is new. It is in great looking shape. I am so stoked with it. And I'm going to be busting onto that weight bench here real shortly. I'm trying to, you know, cut a few pounds and tighten up those man boobs. Alrighty, so I am back up inside of the Plastic Planet, and as you can see, it is empty and almost eerie up here, as my voice is almost echoing like it's an empty room. It's not an empty room. This side is pretty cleared out, but over here is still packed full of awesome collectibles that I'm hoping to spread the wealth around and make this room look absolutely optimal. So look for that in the future. I'll be probably doing that video this weekend, this coming weekend. But before I do that, actually, later in the week, I'm hoping to review a Hot Toys figure, which I've had in the box that I have not had a chance to open up and review. I'm looking forward to that because that's going to be a great addition to the new and improved Plastic Planet, which is coming very, very soon. Alrighty, so that's going to wrap up this edition of the Plastic Planet. And thank you so much for being patient. I apologize to my normal viewers for getting this video up a day or so late. But sometimes when things are late, you're just relieved that they happen. I mean, like when you were in high school or college and your girlfriend or even your wife was a little late with her monthly visitor, you know, like 5 days late or something. And then it finally just arrives and you're just so relieved, like this giant 10-pound chimpanzee just jumped off your shoulders. Man, T-A-M-P-A-X, that's how I spell relief, right? No, but in all seriousness, thank you so much for being patient with me. I'm glad I finally got this video up. So anyway, once again, please like and subscribe. We're just trying to grow this channel. I really would like to get the word out. And you know what? If you know someone who is into this hobby and feels so strongly about it like you do and like I do, go ahead and, you know, share this video with them or share some of my other videos with them that they might be interested in. Because that's how these things grow. And you know what? We want that to happen. So anyway, thank you so much. Once again, thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to all my old subscribers. And thank you to everyone who's just happened to be watching. Anyway, that's going to wrap things up. And you know what? You guys have a great week, and I'll see you on the flip. All right, till next time.
You're watching Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet.
Oh God, this stuff just burns. It burns like you're being tapped in the forehead by Lucifer's manhood. Nothing left to do in your monotonous middle-aged existence than to fill that gaping empty gap of unfulfillment with toys!
Hello there. I'm sitting right by the fire right now without a shirt on, with my giant lizard out, about to eat a rather large banana. If you find all this a bit uncomfortable or awkward, why don't you go ahead and click on another Knick-Knack's Plastic Planet video right now. There's 3 to choose from, or if you're not a subscriber yet, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. You'll be glad that you did. What you waiting for?